Hello, my name is Lenka and this is Lenka is Puzzling, a brand new channel that is making me very nervous because I've had a YouTube channel for the past 12 years I think, but I never did anything in English. My channel is in Czech because I'm from the Czech Republic. But I thought, since my puzzling videos in Czech aren't very popular on my channel, the channel used to be only about books, so that's mainly who my audience is, and so they don't really care about puzzles. And also, I was thinking, I don't really know that many puzzle channels that actually post regularly new content, so I thought, why not try it? Because I can speak English, I just never thought to film myself in English. So we will try it. We will do a new channel with puzzle content. This is one of my cats. I have 4, but some of them like to show up for filming, especially when I need the table in front of me clear. That's the best time. Anyways, this is going to be most of my type of videos where I tell you something about new to me brand, and then we try the puzzle out and then I tell you my thoughts. I usually do overhead filming of the time-lapse, so you get the whole experience of me building the puzzle, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna, of course, try to think of other things like showing you my puzzle collection and maybe some other hauls, probably, yeah. Hauls will be also part of this channel, but yeah, I like to just film these time lapses of what I'm building and telling you what I think about the brand. Usually I am trying brands that are not very accessible here in Czech Republic, but maybe in your country they might be very common and you might not see them as... Can you move? Go. Thank you. And you might not see them as so special or anything like that. The first one, as you probably know from the title already, is Elena Essex company, and this one is called Rainbow Kingdom. So it's all of these beautiful rainbow animals. I love these kinds of gradients where it kind of reminds me of the Circle of Colors from Ravensburger, especially the ones like Dream that are on the dark background, because based on these images I expect it to be just like this, so dark background and then vibrant colors of each of the animals. So I am so looking forward to this. I don't know Elena Essex at all. It's not like in the shops here, it's not available to me. This is actually a second hand from Vinted, so I won't be able to tell you anything about the packaging or about maybe dust and stuff like that, but we can at least see the quality of it and what I think about the piece cut and everything like that. So this is going to be fun. So I'm just going to open the box. The box is very beautiful. It's very minimal. There's not a lot of information, so that when you have it in your shelf or something, it's not screaming at you, I am a puzzle. Okay, so there is a poster. Oh, and it's beautiful. It's great quality paper, really thick. So I like that. I don't usually use posters unless I absolutely have to, because it is easier for me to have my puzzle stand or puzzle box stand and just put the box in there, even if part of it is covered. But I do appreciate them putting it in here, especially since, yes, part of it is covered here and then it is smaller on the back. So I can either have small picture or covered picture, or I have the huge, amazing poster. And then there's two little random things that are very pretty. One says thank you, and there's something about customer service and reviews and stuff like that. And Then there's join our puzzle family and get 10% off your entire next order. And there's a QR code. Now, I'm not gonna be able to use this because I don't believe that Elena Essex actually ships to me. So the only way for me to get her puzzles are either from Vinted and other sites like that, or I think they might be on Amazon. I don't know. And then we have the bag of pieces. I'm guessing this is actually the original bag and they just taped it shut, which is nice of them. So now I know the packaging. There is a plastic bag that is not reusable. Although this person actually found a way to reuse it. So I'm just gonna try and get the tape off so that the pieces don't get stuck to it, because I would hate that. I mean, it's nice of them to try and preserve the packaging and everything, but I actually wouldn't mind having just a random Ziploc in there. Anyways, so I'm gonna actually take the papers out of the box and pour these in there. Okay, that should be everything. Alright, so let's see these pieces. So first of all, I see that they are quite glossy. They kind of reflect a lot of light, so that's not my favorite to build with, but it's not overly, it's not like an Ebu, for example. I like the backing, it's just plain cardboard, so there's nothing fancy with that, which makes it much easier for them to actually work with it, so I appreciate them doing this. Now it looks like it's going to be just regular, I'm guessing, grid cut. And for the piece cuts, we have this type of piece. Then we have 3 in, 1 out. That's another one of my cats. Go. Thank you. We have the standard shape. And what are we missing? 3 out, 1 in. Yes. We have that too. So it seems that we have all of the standard shape. I'm pretty sure I would find all 4 ins and all 4 outs as well. Yes, just like this one. So that's cool. I like random cuts and stuff like that, but most of the puzzles I built are still this kind of standard shape stuff. So I don't have any problems with that. It doesn't look like there's a lot of dust, but as I said, this puzzle has been used at least once. I don't know how many times, so we can't really judge that right now with this copy of the puzzle. As for the thickness of the pieces, they seem kind of like standard thickness, nothing extra, but nothing super thin that I would worry about breaking the pieces. They do seem, oh, well, maybe not. I wanted to say that they do seem standard, like good enough that I won't bend them, and then I bent the piece. So maybe just be a little gentler with these. Okay, good to know. Fine, so I'm just seeing the beautiful colors. It seems that this is really like a very vibrant printing of it, so I'm just so happy and I can't wait to start this one. So I will set up my overhead thingy and I will just get into this. puzzle is done, but as you just saw, there are some technical difficulties with the overhead thing that I'm using, which like it never happens, but of course the first video I do for a new channel has to have two different things go wrong with it. So in the beginning I don't know how much the like view changed, because I set it up, it was perfect, it looked great, I started it, and then as I was just sorting or flipping mostly, because I don't really sort my puzzles anymore unless I absolutely have to. So as I was kind of flipping and, you know, picking out the edges and everything like that, the stand actually decided to just like slowly fall down. So it's just, I was just, you know, doing what I was doing, and then I saw it was like going, yeah, so that wasn't great, because then I like put it back up, but I don't think I matched exactly how it was before. So I'm thinking that probably the view changed a little bit and it's maybe not as perfect as I would want it to be. But the second and a little worse thing is that I probably ran out of room, because I do film these overhead things on my old phone and it has very limited capacity. I have like everything else deleted from it, but I just now realized that I left the previous video I made for my Czech channel still in there. So I didn't have enough room to film all of this. So just the really like very bottom of it is missing, but I'm so mad because then there's not the like satisfying overall like this is done and everything. I can't believe that happened, because it doesn't ever happen. I always check, I always make sure, and of course it happened. But yeah, so I'm sorry, this isn't as great as I would want it to be, but oh well, what can you do? Anyways, so this puzzle, I mean, it's beautiful, it's gorgeous, but was it actually like great, amazing, like experience building it? From like the 2/3 from the top, yes, but the bottom, oh my god, like this is not well like done at all in the bottom, because it's all just the same dark purple black color and there's no different like textures anymore. So the like very, very bottom, maybe 4 rows are just hell. But luckily it's only few pieces by the time you get there, but like, oh my god, who made this? The top is so beautiful and amazingly done. And I was thinking, oh, maybe it would be good to also have like gradient in the background, but you don't really need it because you always can tell from the color of the animals where it goes. So like that's not a problem. But the fact that the very bottom is all the same, and I will show you, I will do a close-up. But that's just like, why would they do this? Like that's just bad puzzle at that point. But the rest of it was amazing. So overall it's a good puzzle, but just that part was so frustrating to me because like I didn't have much to hold on to. And also since the background is very dark and the bottom is very dark animals, I couldn't really see very well like the maybe legs and everything that are like completely black on the dark green background. I couldn't really see all of that, and that's why also when I was doing the edge I didn't do the bottom at first at all, because I was just like, what am I supposed to do here? Like that's horrible. Other than that, it's very well done in the sense that there isn't any really just empty background other than maybe 2 pieces. There's a little bit on the sides, like here's one and there's one and whatever. But in the overall image, there's really only like 2 that were strictly just background with no piece of any animal or plant, as I see there's some plants as well on it. So you can always tell where something goes, even roughly. So that's like really well done. The puzzle is well thought of. It's just the very bottom. But yeah, it's not like that horrible, you know, it's very few pieces, but that just, since I ended on it, that's like the newest thing in my mind about this puzzle. Other than that, also the prongs are all very much similar. Like they are different sizes, but they're not different enough so that if you see a piece and you see a hole in the puzzle, you can tell that piece goes there, unless you can see the part of the image and identify it by that. So I prefer things like Clementoni or even Ravensburger when they have very different prongs. Like some of them are more round, some of them are huge, some of them are tiny, some are maybe a little bit like a triangle or something, you know, like they're very angled. So you can tell, even if it's all just the same color background, you can tell where everything goes. Where here, if it wasn't an image like this, where you have pretty much every piece, you know, you can tell where it's gonna go. If it wasn't like this, if it was harder image, I don't think this would be an enjoyable puzzle because of the prongs, because they are not different enough to tell you, to help you out and say, oh, hey, I'm gonna go here because this is a very strange prong that you can identify on the other side. So yeah, not great. Other than that, the hold is really good. I could move like whole little sections around when I build something and I could just put it in there. So I enjoyed that. I do like it when they have at least a little bit of hold so that you can move stuff around without it falling apart completely. So that's great. The shine, I mean, yeah, it's shiny. It just is. It's very nice when you like run your hand over it. It's very nice and smooth, so I can appreciate that. But building it, since throughout the afternoon some like storm came and it was really dark for a little bit outside and I had to turn on all of the lights in here, it was a problem. Yeah, and also with the very bottom where it was dark on dark, it was just even harder because it was so shiny. So that's not my favorite thing about this, but like, yeah, some companies just do that. Not everything can be amazingly matte and soft touch like Enjoy or Magnolia. So yeah, that's just what we have to deal with. But other than that, yeah, it was an enjoyable puzzle. I like the image so much. It's so beautiful. If I was somebody who like frames their puzzles, this might be one of the ones that I would actually consider framing because it is so pretty. But I don't think I will be keeping this puzzle. I don't think it will stay in my collection after this because I just don't feel like I would want to do it again. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but yeah, maybe not. Anyways, let's take a look at it closer. So, let's do this. Yeah, so you can see how beautiful and vibrant this puzzle is. The colors and everything, it's amazing. But yeah, then when we get down here, it actually looks better on camera than it does in real life. But to me, all of this is very dark purple and black on very, very dark green. You can't really see it on the, at least what I'm seeing in the viewfinder. It doesn't look that bad. But like I could hardly tell these are even here on the actual puzzle. And like, yeah, all of these are pretty much just the same colors, the same textures, everything is the same. So that was the frustrating part, but other than that, oh my god, this puzzle is beautiful. Yeah, I did enjoy the top part very much. So yeah, that is it. I didn't see any dust, but like I said, I can't really tell if that's because this puzzle isn't dusty at all or because somebody used it and got the dust out of it. I know that some companies, you can build them over and over and they will still generate dust. So at least we know that that's not the case of Elena Essex, but if there was any in the beginning, I don't really know. So to me, yeah, this is an okay puzzle. It's good. But I don't know if I would like go out of my way to get more Elena Essex puzzles. Like if I meet some in the wild and it's going to be a good price, because I don't really know what this would cost me new. I know that on the Vinted it was pretty expensive for being secondhand, so I'm guessing the original price is also pretty big. So if I found it for a good price somewhere in the wild, I would get another one. Like I didn't find anything horrible about it, but yeah, I'm not gonna just like go search for it right now, if you know what I mean. So that will be it. I hope you like this video. I'm sorry about the technical difficulties. I will try next time to avoid all of that, but yeah, that just it happens sometimes. Of course, when it happens on my other channel where people have been watching my videos for years, it's less big of a deal than in here where it's the first video. Oh my god. Anyways, yeah, things happen. We have to deal with it. And you will notice that I don't really like to edit my videos a whole lot. I just turn on the camera and just speak, and then put in just the time lapse, and then it's the same thing in the end. So if I said something wrong or something just wasn't clear enough because of my English, I'm sorry, but I don't really script these. I don't prepare anything, so I just have to work with what I know of English thanks to my education and my life so far. So let me know in the comments if you like this, if there's anything you would change, and if you enjoyed this video and you want more. Okay, so thank you guys. Have a good day. Bye.